All right, so today we are looking at In the Bleakmidwinter for the alto saxophone. The first thing we have to notice is that we're starting on a dotted quarter note right here. So that means we're going to hold this B quarter note a little bit longer than normal. All right, we're going to try and play the first two measures, and before you play it, we're going to take a big breath. B, C, D, B, A, G. So here's what the first two measures should sound like. Before we start playing, make sure you have your saxophone, make sure you have your music. We're going to go through this two measures at a time. So here we go, measure 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's try that again. All right, two things that we're looking for. Make sure you have 2 full beats on your half note A, your A and your G half note there. Also, I'm really listening for that D. Make sure you get all those fingers down on that D note. Let's try it again. Here's measures 1 and 2. B, C, D, B, A, G. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's try it one more time. Make sure we're taking a big breath. Use your tongue and full note values for everything. Measure 1 and 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let's go on to measure 3 and 4. The rhythm is similar in that we're starting with the dotted quarter note. All right, but instead of landing on 2 half notes, we're ending on a whole note. So let's try measure 3 and 4 now. A, B, A, G, A. Full note values for everything. Here's 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. And did you hear how I held that for 4 whole beats? Let's try it again. Here's measure 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So let's do measures 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're looking for good tonguing on every single note and full note values. Here's measures 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also, I'm taking a big breath right here. I'm taking a big breath right here. Nice and slow, measures 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ready? 1, 2, 3. If your instrument sounds like that, we can go on. If not, that's okay. Pause the video, go back, and work on the stuff you need to work on. Let's keep moving on for now, though. Measure 5 and 6, look, it's the same exact thing as measure 1 and 2. So if we can play 1 and 2 right, we can play measures 5 and 6 correct. So here's measures 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3. And when I played it that last time, I focused on 2 things: getting a good tongue on every single note and having full note values. So let's try 5 and 6 again and focus on a good tongue on every single note and full note values. Here we go, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 3. If you're having trouble getting down to that G, or you're getting kind of like a squeaky G, make sure you don't have too much mouthpiece in there. That's going to help you get all the way down to that G. All right, so here we go. We're going to do 7 and 8 now. Now 7 and 8 are very similar to 3 and 4. The only difference is on measure 4 we ended on an A. In measure 8 we're ending on, that's actually a mistake, that's not a D, that should be a G. All right, quick, easy fix right there. So we're ending on a G right here. Measure 4 we ended on an A. Measure 8, we ended on a G. So let's try measure 7 and measure 8. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and don't be fooled, we have a double G going on right here. You have two G's right in a row. Don't skip over this G and look right towards the whole note. We need to hear both G's. Here's measure 7 and measure 8. 1, 2, 3. One of the things that's going to help with full note values is making sure we take a nice big breath in before we play. That's going to help fill that saxophone up with air. Let's go back. I want to hear the whole opening part, measure 1 through measure 8. I'm listening again for full note values, and I'm also listening for good tongues. If we do those two things, it should help our phrasing of the piece. So here we go, measures 1 through measure 8. 1, 2, 3. Now, let's go on to the middle part, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And let's just break this down a measure at a time. So measure 9, we're starting at a C, we're moving down, we're moving up, and we're moving up again. C, B, C, D. And we want to try and connect these notes. Still use your tongue, but try and connect these notes, all right, as much as you can, like this. Try that again. Measure 9. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. Let's add measure 10 to it now. All right. And how I think of this is I really look at this whole measure 9 as it leads to that E. We're building tension up to that E. Da, 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 B. So really try and make a line with your notes that leads up to that E. Now if you don't remember how to do an E, it's just like D, but you're going to pick up that first finger on the right hand. So here we go. Here's measure 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. Measure 9 and measure 10. Really make sure we're leading up to that E note. Big breath, nice clean fingers. 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's do that one more time because this part is very important. All right, 1 and 2 and 3. And it's important that we play these two measures in one whole breath. That's going to help us connect the notes and give us that quality that it almost sounds like we're singing through our saxophone. So here's 9 and 10 again. Make sure you have your fingers really moving here. And here's measure 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3. Always lots of air. Always use that tongue. All right, let's go on to 11 and 12. But before we do, I caught another mistake. We're going to do measure 11 and measure 12 now. Now we're going to take a big breath. And how I look at this one is we're starting high. We're starting at D. We're working our way up. Let's look at the contour. We're working our way, starting high, working our way down, and then we work our way up. D, B, A, G, A. All right, so let's try that. 11 and 12. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that again. Take a nice big breath. Fill that saxophone up with air. 1, 2, 3. All right, here we go again. Measure 11 and measure 12. 1, 2, 3. Make sure we're still using our tongue on every single note. Let's break it back now. Let's do this whole middle section right here, 9 through 12, this whole middle part. We're going to breathe here. 9 and 10, we're aiming for that E. C, B, C, D, E, E, B. Then 11 and 12, we're just going to kind of use our fingers, use our air, use our tongue to outline the contour. Da, 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 da. All right, here we go, 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3. Try it again. 1, 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3. All right. Now, again earlier what I said about finding patterns. If we look closer, 13 through 16 is the exact same thing as 5 through 8. So if we put in the work and we learn 5 through 8 well, we should be able to do 13 through 16. So here we go. Let's try 13 through 16. Really aiming for that D. Got to make sure we get all those fingers down for the D. And I want to make sure we have 4 good notes on that G whole note. Here we go. 1, 2 from 13. 1, 2, 3. Let me get another shot at that. I had trouble getting that G to speak. I think I might have tightened my lips, my embouchure up a little bit. All right, let's try that again. 13 through 16. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to play the whole song for you now, top to bottom. If you have any section that's not sounding perfect or clear, that's okay. Pause it, go back, work on it until you get that clarity. Clarity of tongue, all right, clarity of fingers. Full note values. Here's measure 1 through measure 16. 1, 2, 3. Come on, man. All right, I thought I had the whole song memorized. I guess not. I played that at D. Give me another shot at that. 1 through 16, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. lots of air, use a good tongue, and full note values.